So hello everyone, my name is Lars. Welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be going over how to create a simple application within Composable Analytics. So to do that, you need to go to the application designer by clicking on New App up here. And this will bring you to the application designer. So you can see on the left, this is our palette of modules. Each one of these is a module, and a module is basically a functional block. It does something, and they have inputs and outputs. So if we were to look at, say, a very, very simple module, let's say the calculator one, you can see that it has 3 inputs and it has an output. So it takes in a couple numbers and an operator. So if we were to run this, we can see that 1 plus 2 is 3. But one thing that you can do is you can start to chain these together. So for example, if we were to plumb the output of this into the input of this one, we can see that 3 plus 2 should be 5, and it's 5. Now that's not that interesting, so let's go ahead and create a more interesting application. So the application that I'm going to create today is going to analyze some data in a CSV file. So the CSV file that we have has a few columns and a bunch of rows of data. It's not that important what this data actually is, but just the fact that we want to analyze it. So each of these rows basically represents some performance data that we've collected for another system. So we're looking at the time it took for inserting a batch of records into this other system. So for example, it took 13 seconds to insert 10,000 batches, and then the next 10,000 it took 16 seconds, and so on and so forth. And so we want to basically plot that. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use the file uploader to get that CSV file within CA. So I'm going to choose it here, and if I run that, you can see that there's a link to that file, so it's been successfully uploaded. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that URL and I'm going to feed it into the CSV reader. And if I was to look at that output, here you can see that CSV file data in the browser in a tabular form, and I can page through it. And now I want to plot it, so I want to create a graph. So I'm going to use the line chart module. I'm take that table, I'm going to feed it into the table input on the line chart, and I'm going to choose the X column within that table. So we're going to want the total batch. So we want the batch number on the X column, and then we're going to want time on the Y column. So with this module, basically you can plot multiple lines, and each line is considered a series, and so it takes in a list of series. So I'm going to take this series and plumb it into here, and I'm going to plot time on the y-axis, and I'll just name that series time as well. And here you can see the graph that was created. So we've got our batch number on our x-axis, and time, I think that's in milliseconds on the y. So let's say you want to get that plot out and send it to someone or use it in another system. One thing that we could do is let's first convert it to an image. So we'll convert it to a JPEG, and then we'll email it. So we'll use the mail sender, and we're going to take that image and we're going to add it as an attachment to an email. For now, I'll just send it to myself. And give it a subject. So if I was to run this again, here you can see that I received that email in my inbox, and the attachment is that graph that we've created. So hopefully this will show you guys how to start to analyze your data within CA and start to automate some of these processing schemes. So maybe what you guys can do is take this approach but automate it even more. So say you have a system that's outputting CSV files, you could post those to, say, a web server or any place that has that you get a URI, put that in here, and then even have a timer app module, drag a timer module in here and have it periodically run and produce some charts. Yeah, that's all I had for now.